this is bad. This is a bad start. We didn't wear the same shirt today. That's a plus. Because
it's close. We both went darker though.
Yeah, but you don't have this shirt yet, actually.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I bought this one.
I have that one.
Do you?
Yeah. Navy blue one.
Oh, it's the other blue one. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's the other, the indigo. The indigo one. We shop at the same shop. And do a lot of other things as well.
What?
That's sad. Let's just move on.
What are you saying?
Move on. So the first map is going to be cash between these two teams. NiP and FaZe. I don't know if the knife has taken place here. What is this goddamn cable? All right, there we go. Knife round. Knife round 1 of 10. Knife round 1 of 10. I really think because we have the home and away system that we should change it so the away team picks the side, so the home team picks the map from 5 maps as opposed to ban map.
But why do away with this waste of time? Why not waste everyone's time?
It's not necessary. I mean, really, you only need a knife round for a best of 3 decider map, or if you have ban. But if you have a home and away system, closer each day, home and away, then yeah, there you go. Let us know your thoughts about knife rounds.
Wasn't there an Australian sitcom called Home and Away?
I literally just sang the theme tune.
Was that what it was?
To that.
But I couldn't make out the words, and there was no melody at all. So
there was a melody.
There was not.
Closer each day, home and away. See, it's a melody. It's just deep melody. It's deep down in the depths. I'm having nightmares about sharks, Dan. I'm not having nightmares. I'm thinking about sharks a lot.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, but I think they get a bad rap. But enough about sharks. Time for the pistol round. We've got many hours for the madness to begin later on. NiP starting on the CT side. aizy and karrigan taking the bomb towards B at present. But there are 3 CTs here. Forward for the forward position. May catch karrigan. Tagging him, but he's going to get wrecked. Headshot, but from that distance, the Glock won't be a one-shot kill. kioShiMa popping get right elsewhere. Still 3 CTs though, so this split might not work out for FaZe. I don't know what they've identified, but they're moving away now back towards A.
Yeah, this is a big rotation for NiP, but they should be good to go actually. Although kioShiMa is in a nice position. Should be able to get something done with this. But he's just going to show some presence, and that's going to lure Xizt into the open. And kioShiMa's done well there to like sort of force favorable engagements, and no one's going to end up dying for FaZe, which is pretty cool.
Means no scouts, Dan.
Yeah, I guess so.
No one has any money for a scout because they got no kills. If you got a kill, you'd have what, 1800-ish. So you can buy that 1700 scout. So that is a really cool thing, because then you can take some of those longer ranges that might be problematic. That said, you've got Deagle to look out for as well. But definitely no scouts is a big plus. It's a boon. It's a bonus.
I used to think boon was a negative thing, because it always felt like this word sounds negative to me. But obviously it means it's a plus. It's a bonus.
Most used when people say boon to the economy. That's the only time I've seen that word used, actually, in relation to economy in the news.
So I think James is having nightmares about sharks because there was we had a conversation with an Uber driver who
it wasn't about that, but you can tell the story.
Okay. So I had a conversation with an Uber driver who was supposedly into diving as well, but this guy had been diving for like 20 years, and he was talking about the job of, what was it, like underwater like welding
Pipe
or something?
manufacturing or something, yeah.
Yeah, so like kind of fixing pipes and stuff underwater, deep underwater, for oil rigs and so on. And he's talking about like how dangerous it was, and that a lot of people, like there's a lot of people that have just been swept away by sea animals, just swept away in the depths and never found again.
I mean, maybe that did start me off. Maybe it did start me off, because they've still got 0 kills, Dan. And unlikely to get any in this round. So yeah, I'm going diving off the coast of California before ECS finals. Maybe I won't make it there then, or is it after? I think it's after. So after ECS finals, yeah. So At least I'll be at ECS finals, but after that, who knows? But I could say this on record: like if I get killed by sharks, I won't be mad. Once the pain has gone, you know, I won't be mad if I get killed by sharks. I'd rather get killed by sharks than actually no, I wouldn't. It's not ideal, let's put it that way. But if that happens, then so be it.
I'll just use it as an excuse for time off.
Right then, FaZe. FaZe with a perfect economy since no one on NiP's got a kill yet, but it's crunch time.
That's pretty sad, isn't it?
It is, but it's not the biggest of deals.
I'm sad.
Although maybe it is actually. I mean, there's probably some nerdy maths to be done around the T economy having not lost a single player at all ever once.
I was thinking the other day as well, like the difference. Well, we can come back to this because yeah, this is an important round for NiP. So we're going to see limited grenades, almost none at this point, with a minute 30 left, almost no grenades. And FaZe is just going to be chilling. They're going to be playing that default for now, more or less, although that said they're retracting kioShiMa somewhat from the B side of things. So you can see that they're really focusing on A at the moment. There's no timing push from NiP, nothing of that kind. And again, it's something that FaZe might expect, knowing that NiP will be low on utility, that they would want to make a play earlier into the round to secure an advantage that way. But NiP are just playing really, they're just sitting tight. Friberg forced out of the vents, and FaZe, they get that mid-take going, they get the kill, and now they can go for the A split.
Xizt rotating, he's on the highway, and Friberg moving into mid to see what's going on, but he might be too late. Execute coming in now towards the A site. Lovely pop flash from Pitts, but there's no smoke to slow these players down. Caught with a nade in his hand, and it might be another round of no frags for NiP. Well, there goes allu. kioShiMa's taggable as fraggable as well, but he is cutting off the rotation for us, making some noise. He's never going to check this position. There he goes. So that might be a safe situation now for NiP, though Friberg's heading towards the site. Maybe they know kioShiMa's out of position, they'll try and do something with it, but he can't get a frag fast enough. And the save will be coming in. Trade Xizt with 3 HP. kioShiMa still on the hunt. I think he spotted him. Next bullet wins, at least in this little duel. So far, so good for FaZe. NiP didn't have much to work with in the beginning. And it doesn't get any better for them. At least they got 2 kills in that round. So there's some progress.
Yeah, 2 kills.
So what were you saying before? You were thinking about something?
Yeah,
Makes a change.
So obviously, like if you have a player, we got 4 nades, 4 HEs. We've got to see where these go first of all, for NiP. Over the boost. Well, that's unfortunate. It's gonna miss this time around. But I was thinking about the impact that let's say you have a player that's having a poor performance. Let's say all of his teammates are around 10 to 12 frags, and he's on 3 frags by the end of 10 rounds or something. All those players obviously are going to actually benefit from actually a lot of cumulative kill bonus. Like, obviously it ends up being around, if you get 10 kills, that's going to end up being $3,000. So if you've got a guy who's just stuck on 3 kills, he's only got $900 from those frags. On average, let's say, if it's like $300 per kill for a rifle round. So it's just interesting because it's kind of like a little bit of a slippery slope. If you're having a bad performance, you'll actually get, unless your teammates can help you out, you're gonna get less. Obviously, that's not money that you just bank until you have $3,000 and then you buy a rifle, but you use it incrementally for an extra nade here or there. But that means you can make extra plays, or you have extra advantages or smaller edges that you lose out on because you're not getting frags as well. So
you could just drop your teammate though.
Yeah, but I guess it mostly is affected by grenades because it's the increment is so small. But yeah, it's an interesting thing.
Can Pitt escape main with this pick? It seems he can. I wonder if he's going to go back to the wall though. Behind the smoke. I don't think if he jumps up onto the boost position, it would give him a view over that smoke. That is a good start for NiP. FaZe have had too much success, and it's only cost them 2 players before the beginning, well, before this round started. Not over yet, though, but 2 of the 3 players towards B. See what aizy can do. karrigan spotted, but he won't get picked off by f0rest just yet. f0rest re-emerges with spears again through the smoke. So this is falling apart for FaZe. They've still got the bomb. 3 people over towards B now. aizy coming in for support as well. allu doing some damage, and he can still rotate out. But now FaZe's rotating in. FaZe. They must realize Someone is still on the site. Did he hear the sound? I'm not sure if it's general crosshair placement or if he heard Friberg jump. Allu needs to wait for that smoke to go down. Ooh, it's a good thing Allu's not facing because he would have surely been taken out there. Friberg doesn't expect. Oh, FaZe, he's looked the wrong way in the wrong time. That is brutal for FaZe. If he gets that pick, it's a 2 versus 2.
Yeah, aizy's being was amazing yesterday. aizy was really, really good yesterday. Oh,
Nice.
what a frag. Yeah, and Friberg, I don't think Friberg was really looking at aizy straight up, so I think it would have been kind of a battle of who reacts on a spot in their peripheral fastest, but obviously aizy was not looking remotely in the right place. So back into the usual business. kioShiMa with the solo take of Checkers completely beats out Forest there.
Yeah, it's really awkward for CTs once those mollies and smokes go down. And again, it's a one-man take of the Checkers area basically, and kioShiMa's doing a really good job of it, picking off 2 players. And FaZe haven't committed. Maybe having a read that NiP would go for the full rotation towards the B bomb site. They're heading towards A, but Pit's still there. Can't do anything. No, Xizt close by. Can get closer with that smoke. Got to be wary of forklift though. Short smoke goes down. Lovely shot there from Xizt, but he needs to try and avoid getting sprayed through the smoke. There goes his teammate. So worst case scenario is about to hit NiP unless Xizt has the clutch of his life, because they're going to get reset. And it's 5-1 already.
Oh dear. NiP are a team where we look at their T sides and say they are a great cash team. However, they do need some rounds on the CT side, and it's looking increasingly like that is going to be denied to them. They have 1 round, which does not count as some. I think some typically is used in a plural manner, so I'll have to see if they can improve upon that at some point. But also just generally, you can see
007.
From the damage perspective, it really sucks for NiP. They've gotten so few frags. I mean, at some point we will look over the rounds to see how many players have survived from FaZe, and it's going to be ridiculous because look at how many deaths they have. Very, very few. And it's reflected in their bank, over $13,000 for karrigan.
Yeah, it's glorious for FaZe. If you're a FaZe fan, life is glorious. Allu holding angles towards B from T-spawn in case of any push. They know it's a Nico, but Xizt has an AWP, and he is facing towards main. Interestingly, Xizt and Pit both have Kevlar, and I would say Pit normally orbs over Xizt, but Xizt is still holding it, even though they're both playing the same site. So that's quite curious.
It is always weird when you see those decisions. Like, I would definitely say Pit is a more accomplished AWPer. And typically, the guy that opts for NiP, you know, for us to pick it up on the T sides, depending on the map. Sometimes CT sides as well, depending on the map and so on. But typically, Pit is has been somewhat of the mainstay.
I can't think of a time I've seen Xizt AWP.
Nor can I. Auto sniper maybe, but that's about it.
Yeah, at least for us it's an unknown. But maybe in this scenario, Pit is more is stronger with the Deagle. Now he's got himself an AK thanks to his Deagle play. So we'll see if NiP can hold on. They're just trying to contain, it seems, at the moment. Xizt outside B towards CT spawn. There's no one close to him though, in case he gets picked off. Then maybe the AWP's lost. He's moving into CT spawn. And FaZe will head to T spawn.
I think one thing a lot of people didn't really know about, because I think for a lot of people, Pit was kind of off their radar until he joined NiP, and then he kind of looked like this guy just gets put in support roles, doesn't really look like a fragger. But Pit used to be an aim star, like, or essentially I think his identity was somewhat of an aim star and a bit of a mad fragger, to be honest, for quite a while. He was the guy that was the mercenary for like every team. If someone needed a stand-in, he would be their stand-in. He was like the guy that would just wreck all the pugs and so on. Like, he was very, very individually, or like his identity was very much about like high individual skill. And then he joined Winter Fox, and then eventually NiP. And NiP could see that he's definitely tried to, as we see Reigns playing deathmatch here in middle. In NiP, you see that he definitely tried to be the most complete Counter-Strike player possible, to do the best that he could to fit in the team. And I think he's done an amazing job at that, to be honest.
Yeah, he was the super sub, so it's pretty cool to see how far he's come. And now Forrest has the AWP. Interesting that NiP didn't buy in this round. They could have dropped 2 rifles, and those players could have had lots of nades as well, but I guess they want a fuller buy with the entire side. So give up another round. Now it's going to be 8-1 for FaZe. NiP, now they can go for their full buy. Let's see if Pitt's going to pick up the AWP. Nope, he's going to go for the rifle as well. So let's see what NiP can do in this round. They've got everything they need. Everyone's got a kill now. It's always nice to get off the 0. 1-3-1 set up from NiP, and FaZe might go for a fast play to just break everything immediately. Forrest over towards B on his zone, but again, no AWP, no support, and he's going to get shot in the face. The bomb is on B. That is well and truly taken. Smoke's down on CT. So NiP will go close, but I do wonder if they're going to commit to the retake. It seems they will. I mean, they've lost enough rounds already. 7-round deficit so far, so good. Friberg getting a pick spots. Rain dinks him. The Molotov, though, just about gets it. Still alive as well. There goes kioShiMa. So this retake is on. Friberg going nuclear.
Yeah, massive plays from Friberg. karrigan will come in to take him down, but I don't think it might be too little too late. Dom is there's plenty of time on the bomb as well. Get right, obviously, is more than enough to grab that. And NiP will make it 2 rounds. So they have some rounds. Is it some yet, or does it's 2?
It's 2.
Is 2 still not some?
I think 4 rounds would be some.
Yeah, because 2 is just barely plural.
A couple of rounds.
Yeah, it's like
then they'll have a few rounds. Then they'll have some rounds.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay.
They're still ranking up. They need more XP. So FaZe not short of money by any means. Straight back on the buy. They've still got 3 players with 9k, aizy on 7 as well. So lots of testing coming the way of NiP. And now we have Pitt on the AWP. And now he's been spotted. If he took a shot, that's a guaranteed kill. Xizt, hello. 2k for him, and this has been broken for FaZe. How do you come back in a 2 versus 5 when there's still a lot of utility here for NiP? The 3rd pop flash, 4th one. I wonder if they know where allu is there, or like right in this position, or if they know he's just somewhere in there. They do now, and allu is history. So no, not a single pick for FaZe in this round just yet. That is also a problem. kioShiMa has a Molotov he could use towards forklift. He needs to do as much damage as he can. So far, so good. 2 red health players. Needs to go fast on Pit. There it is. That's acceptable for FaZe. I mean, at that point, the round was pretty much done. But they'll make NiP spend some money. Now, NiP's money isn't spectacular just yet, so those are important kills for the rounds to come. And FaZe coming straight back with the full buy again. And they will the next round as well. That's a scary thing for NiP. When the T's build up so much money, it's not 1 round you need to win, but multiple consecutive. And not just that, but you need people alive as well. Oh, Pitt's made a terrible mistake.
Bomb's still just chilling back for FaZe. They're just playing it slow. So grinding out some rounds. I mean, NiP could still transform this into a delightful half. Delightful even.
Delightful. That's quite a word you've used
there. Could be full of delights.
I mean, that's quite a statement you're making. Like a 7 rounds delightful. I wouldn't call 7 rounds delightful.
Well, they should be having good T sides. So, I mean, delights could be had. There could be some.
I'd say 10, 11 rounds is the kind of the border for delight.
That's the threshold of delight.
Yeah.
Well, we got the mid take finally coming in, and all the nades here for FaZe pretty much gone at this point. They got a couple of smokes, a couple of flashbangs. That's it. And there's 40 seconds to get into a bomb site, and they're going to go for the B play. I think NiP have great positions, though. You can see Friberg popping out. There's not the Molotov to get rid of him. He gets a second insta-kill. So problems there, but karrigan going for the uncharacteristic play. Teams typically with the B split, they won't actually usually put a player in connector, but it's worked out phenomenally well. karrigan, can he finish this one off? He does with a Glock, and all of a sudden, everybody falls over for NiP. This is looking really nice for FaZe. They make the push work on the side as well. And they lost 2 players instantly by Friberg in vents, and then boom. 5 players are dead for NiP. That's kind of crazy.
And they are broken immediately. Their money is gone. It's always a problem for the T side if a player gets picked in checkers with the bomb. If the bomb's dropped in checkers, depending on the... Like if the CTs are closer to the site rather than further away, it can be really hard to close out the round once the bomb has fallen down in that position. aizy with the late flash, but he's not going to check the blind spot. He could even get knifed in this situation. He's got to be really careful. Ah, Pit.
Hello.
Just had to be patient. That was his for the taking. That was, the knife kill was all but guaranteed there. Maybe aizy has learned something about a blind spot. In the meantime, 3 NiP CTs towards the A site where the bomb is headed, but it's not time to clean things out. Spray finally comes in for aizy. And everyone else getting picked off. Friberg alone towards B.
Well, what do you say about that?
It's an NCCO round.
Walking around with a 5-7. That looks like a banana.
Yeah.
Looks like a banana. Do you know in Sweden they call it en banan? A banana. That's how you would say it in Swedish. En banan. Well, that's the end of that. It was a glorious walk with that 5-7. Bit of a stroll, morning stroll
through the gardens, the radioactive gardens, the abandoned buildings. I've never looked at that building on an upright from where allu is running past. The building up there. Have you ever looked at that building? Like the balconies? Me neither. Apart from now, today, first time. Still discovering things on catch, like balconies. allu going for that fast pick with a forward spawn. You can cut off a CT if he goes towards short immediately. Got to be careful about that. NiP were patient enough to stop it from happening, because this will be the boosty as opposed to the... Oh no, he's a booster rather than boosty. So get right, boosted with the UMP, close range. Technically the best weapon for the job because doesn't take too many steps for the damage drop off to start coming in. Oh, he's not going to see allu. Now he is. Can he get the 2-man spray down? No! Spotted the bomb though with a minute 15. That's not going to tell him much. Friberg needs to check the off angle here. Spots karrigan, nade in his hand. That's even better than an equalizer. He has Xizt for support as well. He's kind of in no man's land at the moment. A quick boost coming in and aizy will take him down.
Ooh, the trades come in. Interesting stuff. There's a lot of options here for FaZe. They decide to go A. And the positioning of Pit actually could just crush them here. Because do you expect a guy to be behind this box? Do you check this position? Looks like the answer's no. And that is why it is an awesome position there by Pit. And we'll see whether or not NiP can claim that last round into this half. There's 2 ops to contend against. Their buy is going to be lackluster, to say the... Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is just... This isn't fair, is it? 4 ops. Why not? Why not? Taking a leaf out the page of... A leaf out the page? Page out the book? Something, I don't know. English is hard. It's the first map of the day. Either way. The 4 ops so far we've seen at the beginning of the map doesn't do too much, or the round rather. aizy though finds himself a couple nice frags there. Very, very strong finish onto Xizt, finding him over the toxic barrels, just catching him in the helmet. Now Gary's going to spot him and take him down, but has the damage been done? That's the question. The bomb has a free path to that A bomb site, and Get Right is alone. Now that Friberg's been lost by Car, and it's going to be tough. He's got a lot of potential positions to contend with. A couple flashbangs are with him though. Spots kioShiMa taking an off angle now towards Forklift. I doubt kioShiMa will peak again with 12 HP, but still there's allu and Rain to worry about as well. All utility used, exhausted, and the 11th round will be picked up by FaZe. What a strong half from FaZe. I mean, it's really impressive to see just quite how dominant they were from an individual standpoint. And there were many features of that. You can see, obviously, karrigan just going in there with full confidence, perhaps just because they feel like there's not much to lose on the last round there. That worse, they still finished with a 10-5. But we saw so many cool plays from FaZe, for example, kioShiMa, the taking multiple players out towards checkers just by himself. You know, players like this opening up the rounds in spots where NiP couldn't afford to lose, just putting them at severe disadvantages. So now perhaps with this run boost, a good start could be had on the pistol round. We shall see. kioShiMa in on the vents. The taps come away and FaZe. Oh man, he's even going to get a back. He'll even be able to back off to a better position. Finally taken down by Forest, but he bought the time for his teammates to arrive onto the scene. And that's going to be the rounds. Only one player lost. Oh man, this does not bode well for NiP. This does not bode well for NiP. Okay, so good economy here for FaZe. Forced buyout from NiP. Where do they decide to go? That is the question. A smoke, a decoy, and 2 flashbangs. Your options with those aren't too great, to say the least. And I like this from FaZe, just trying to take forward positioning here onto A main very quickly. Because you can always spot out those players as they're running. And obviously you can get a slight advantage there on the initial engagement, as you can stop and they'll be, you know, caught mid-run. They'll be forced to stop to take the engagement. You can get a few bullets off, fall back out, get the information. A slightly favourable situation there. So we'll see whether or not NiP are going to find an opening. I mean, it's going to be very unlikely for FaZe to present one. NiP really, really want to find a push here that have their lives made slightly easier. And here we go. Finally, they're going to go for that push onto B. It's going to be tough, though. They do have a couple players to worry about. There's not much left in the way of nades here for FaZe, and I suppose that's part of the trick by NiP by playing this so slowly. But kioShiMa, he's been really good so far, and he's definitely a bit of a devil on this B-bomb site. So in comes the push now. Flash out from kioShiMa, takes one frag, gets the info. Rotation commences. That means that NiP must get the plant done. They must get the frags on the site ASAP. Ooh, karrigan so close, but not quite able to get the kill on the bomb planter in that situation. We have allu making his way forwards with the help of aizy. And everyone's so weak here for NiP. They definitely don't. They should not be able to survive this. Get right left alone with the Tech 9. He will get eliminated as well. And that's going to be just 2 players surviving for FaZe. With the bomb plant as well for NiP, that's some great damage and great boost to their economy. So, FaZe 3 rounds away from closing this one, and NiP haven't really been able to... Well, there's not been much opportunity for them to show up. I mean, we went through the first 5 or 6 rounds without seeing almost any frags. Maybe like 2 frags, I think it was, by the 5th round or something like that from NiP. It was ridiculous. You can see Forest is on 2 kills after 17 rounds. You know something's not going right when Forest has 2 kills after 17 rounds. Something is going wrong. Awfully wrong. So we'll see whether or not there can be some recovery on the following round, but FaZe should be good to take this one. It starts off well. The forward position here as well from kioShiMa on the sunroom is going to make life much easier for FaZe positionally. We see them with 2 players in mid, 2 players on A, because they eliminate the B push possibilities and they can get forward information should there be a switch from NiP. And it's just a question of waiting now.
kioShiMa's angle towards B is interesting. I think a lot of people would go to the rightmost area, but enough about that. Nobody's headed there for the time being. Well, they get right's keeping an eye on things. Still a minute on the clock, so we'll see what NiP choose to do. karrigan's made his way into main as well, so NiP are really lacking in map control in all directions. No control of mid, starting to stream in. karrigan's made his exit. In the meantime, Pit still spamming, and the open-close shenanigans will cease. Ooh, karrigan gets his bell rung. There's opportunity now for NiP. Man advantage for the CT, so that said, aizy's only got 5 HP. Allu needs to put in work here. aizy will get picked off as well. The bomb is down on forklift, and that rotation is coming in from kioShiMa. Can he stop the bomb from getting planted at this point? Allu backing off. They're wondering why, maybe. Not sure if Get Right spotted kioShiMa now. Can't stop the plant, so that's quite successful for NiP, although the score isn't. There goes Forest as well. FaZe will take that plant. Not too fast, they have a 10-round lead over NiP. Nice.
Yeah, not much to worry about in the FaZe camp. An early start to their dominance, and there's still a map to go. What's the second map?
Second map is Train.
Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose at least, I mean, NiP like Train. They like Cash as well.
You're giving up on them already. They've got to buy. They've got Forest on the AWP.
He's got 2 frags, James.
Maybe the AWP will change his fortunes. But I mean, sometimes people will just be a no-show on one side, but then have all that success on another side. So, as the this is the first buy of the second half, they're 2 rounds from defeat, yes, but perhaps we will see something else of Forest. And that's really cool when you can pick up the AWP if the rifles aren't working for you. I do wonder why they didn't pick up an AWP on the when they finally got a big buy-in in the first half. Either way, NiP with a slow beginning. See what they do at the minutes mark. allu on his own in the middle area for the time being. kioShiMa is playing in his usual spot behind the box in checkers. Oh, you have a message, Dan. Who might your message be from? Is it Twitter?
It's actually a notification from The Guardian.
Oh, really?
It says Brexit could be stopped if Britain's changed something or other. I'll read that later.
Awesome, yes. So that's a great notification, Dan. That's really good. 40 seconds for NiP. They're moving towards the A sites. Hits around the squeaky door. Oh, that's a lovely shot from aizy. And there goes Friberg as well. The split has been dismantled by one man. aizy, a consistent performer for FaZe at the moment. Xizt needs to make his way in, but he'll make his way out thanks to Rain flying down. I think he got tagged through the door there as well. There's a first frag of the round for NiP. Now they've got 18 seconds with 2 men to plant the bomb. And Pyth disappears, so Forest, he will be the last to die, which probably isn't good for him at this point. Match point phase. Lots of match points. All the match points.
Definitely a good look for them. I mean, it's just weird. It's just kind of weird. Maybe it's been an early... Like, maybe it's just a case of it's really early in the day for NiP, and they just come back from Oakland, all that jazz, you know. But at the same time, yeah, it's a little bit dominant from FaZe. But I mean, they're a team that can run you over because of their skill, and that's kind of exactly what we've been seeing. Just more or less just that. NiP don't have many rounds to really get their T side going. Their infamous T side, or well, rather famous T side. They're famously good on T side of Cash. That's where they made their name. Really, back in the days when Threat took over. Although he's stepped back now, but of course that structure still lingers. That knowledge still lingers, and this is the same lineup, which must feel pretty awesome for them, especially considering they recently got a win with it.
Yeah, glorious win. It's great to see how important these wins are for Get Right as well. But he's in trouble. Fortunately for him, Rain will look away because he's on the wrong side of T Warehouse. Maybe feeling somewhat trapped. There he is. There he goes. Didn't have enough health to survive. Forest has made his way into the A bomb site, and Rain has made his way through Forest.
Rain is very, very good. If you ever watch Rain, adds basically sidestepping constantly with using strafe cancelling for 2 bullet bursts and basically landing every bullet. Rain's really good at that. And it's in many spots where some players would spray, Rain does that. So just watch out for that that technique that we see from Rain. And Friberg will be eliminated there, just alone against the masses. And that's not going to work out well for him. And this entire map did not work out well for NiP.
Yeah, that's pretty much a wipeout. They don't win any rounds on their T sides. So I think it's, I mean, for NiP, I think they just need to forget about that one and move on. They couldn't get anything going. They had a horrible start. Didn't kill anybody in the first 3 rounds, which doesn't mean much. I mean, you lose the pistol, then maybe you don't kill anyone in the next 2 rounds. So whatever, doesn't really matter. But not much success after that. So there we go, a lopsided match in favour of FaZe. The second map between these 2 sides, separate match, of course, will be Train. And that was, Catch was the pick of NiP. Train's the pick of FaZe, NiP a dab hand on Train as well. But maybe they're not in the mood for it, I don't know. But we'll find out if they are after the break.
This time now, my brother.